I guess there's one word that came to mind as I was thinking about that, and the word was perseverance. And it's not just in like the love songs, even the other stuff that I write too. I'm like, I don't know if it was just maybe it was the way I grew up, or if it's my personality or the way I was brought up, but like pushing through hard times is definitely a main theme in my life and my music. My parents had a record player, and I would listen to Rick Springfield's Working Class Dog album over and over and over again. I loved REO Speedwagon.
Sure.
Air Supply, Beach Boys. I had the Grease movie soundtrack on a vinyl record too, and I loved that. I started singing at a pretty young age. I remember attending like my grandma's church, and if you've grown up in the church, you do get involved in music pretty easily. There was like a little choir room at the church, and I was playing some songs. I was learning how to sight read and just mostly self-taught at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And this lady came by, and she's just like, "Oh, you seem to want to actually learn how to do this." And there was a woman there who paid for me to take not piano lessons but organ lessons. So I learned how to play a big organ. If somebody wanted an organ player, the immediate list of people would be 80 years old or me, and I was more available. So. It's not over, you say I've been writing songs since, I was maybe 12 years old, and it would start out as more like a poetry type of thing. Sometimes there'd be a melody involved, but I never truly developed it. When I got to about my 20s and I started, befriending other musicians, I thought, I really want to do this. I've got all kinds of stuff, and I started co-writing with people and doing things with people, but I never really got my own stuff out there. And so I decided, I'm like, well, I'm just gonna have to do it myself. I'm just gonna have to learn how to play guitar, and I'm just gonna have to, In fact, actually, when I had moved to Texas, that was when I really started being a solo artist. I was in a Fleetwood Mac cover band, and just things like that. Just started getting out there. When COVID hit and I moved back to Ohio, I actually gave up music for a couple of years. I didn't really have the intention to get back into it. I thought, well, I'll just, I've got this grown-up job. I work in finance. I work in, I'm just gonna start going through the motions of life now. I'm gonna grow up, and then it wasn't for me. So I got back into it. I joined a band. It was like a funk, soul, jazz, rock band called Maria and the Balance. And I kind of worked my confidence back up as a musician. Graduated from being the keyboard player to like the backing vocalist, and
cool.
Marie even gave me like a feature song so I could come up and sing. And I really want to do this. I really want to lead a band. And then I found Sam. They were looking for a lead singer.
I think I had the flu at the time too. So Wendy reached out to me, and I was like, this couldn't have come at a better and worse time. We needed somebody, but I was like, we definitely need to do something, but you're gonna have to give me like a week, and then we'll get together.
I think one of the biggest ways that I've grown is being more of a leader in this band. In more of a frontman position has really challenged me as a musician. It's definitely made me learn a lot on my feet, and then it's also given me room to really develop my voice. So this song's called Now or Never, and I, kind of going back to my roots a little bit, I love that 70s and 80s arena rock. I wanted to write something along the lines of, Ever Since the World Began by Survivor or Faithfully by Journey, just that really epic love song that people would like slow dance to at prom. Like, I wanted to write something kind of like that in that style. So Bryce has actually been a huge part in developing, the instrumental part of it, because I write the lyrics, I write the melody, and then I'll write like kind of the chord structure. He'll help me like kind of glue it together. My first experience at Bring Your Song was the night that we had Jason Howdy. Howdy, is that his last name? And that was my very first. Ro, who was also recently featured, she was the person who sat with me that first night and kind of explained like what all was happening. I still have actually at my work desk, I have the little envelope still with the cards, because I mean, like I think that's my favorite part of the whole night, is everybody being so kind and writing this nice stuff.
And you said